good afternoon. It's a difficult time. So I know that you're after lunch and it's a challenge for me to keep you awake. So I want the support from you. So soon I check the timetable, I was thinking, oh my God, it's going to be so challenging for me because soon after lunch it's really hard. I have a speaking hours the last time, if my memory correct, we started discussing product strategy. We have gone now. We have done this one, isn't it? No. I'll leave this one. In the marketing management process, we are moving towards the end of the semester because now I'm left with only 4 to 3 covered. So they are not very lengthy topics. And so today you have to give me the deadline for the assignment. The last week I gave you the assignment and I kept the deadline flexible for you. So but today I don't finalize it. So you have to give the deadline for me. Okay? So then we started discussing marketing mix strategies, where in the mix strategy, now as a company, we know that we have selected a target market. So once we have selected the target market, then the next thing what we have to do is, in a way that we have understood the requirement of the target market, we have to design the product. So that's why this product strategy is coming in terms of designing the product. So the last week we started discussing like what is the meaning of the product. And also we discussed different forms of the products are there. And these forms are coming in combinations. And also we discussed like the novelty of the information technology. The information is coming in a different ways. So where we are spending some money to get the access to the information, that is also one sort of a product. So likewise, some other forms of products also there. Last week we discussed those ones, and even this one we have already discussed along with the core marketing concepts. So at the very first discussion also this has been covered. Then this is also we discussed like if we take any product. If we take any product or service where the we can now take they are in a particular continuum. So in that continuum, some are pure tangible, whereas others are pure intangible. So certain other things we can keep in the middle. So I discussed like why the McDonald's is more towards the physical product, because our purpose of buying to the McDonald's is having the goods. But in a way that we are giving to the surrounding and the experience, so likewise, but the main purpose is the food. But the vice versa, if you are going for a leisure park or somewhere, there the main purpose is to get a kind of an experience. But in the meantime, we get some physical product as well, but it's not just we are going there to have food or something. Predominant the experience, so that's why it's more towards the intangible side. So this is what we discussed last week as the last point, and so I want to start from here. So instead of having this 3 levels, I want to give you 5 levels. In fact, like to have something similar, but with the 5 lines. For benefit. This is basic product. Expected product. This is all potential. Just through these 5 levels, simply stand for benefit. Benefit, basic product, expected product, augmented product, and the potential. One in the center called benefit, and the next level is called as basic product, and the other one is expected product, augmented product, AUT, augmented product, and the potential product. This is something very important. You can put an escape mark. So in the syllabus, that is something important. I'm not saying that the others are not important, but this is very important. Once you have finished drawing, then I'll explain. Conventional basic product, special product, augmented product, and potential product. It's like this. Now, like the benefit is the main purpose of using the product. If you are taking a particular product, there you have to answer yourself, why am I using this product? Like if I'm taking the mobile phone, what's the main purpose of using the mobile phone? Yes. So then it is the benefit. What is the main purpose of using the wristwatch? Yeah, checking the time quickly and accurately. What's the purpose of having a chair? Sit comfortably, and also if it is the classroom chair, then also it should facilitate the writing as well. So that's why this writing part is also there. But we won't get this at the chair at home. Because no, we don't keep that kind of chair at home. So likewise, the core benefit is the main purpose of using the product. The basic product is like for a customers to get that core benefit, what are the basic features that should be inbuilt in the product? So now as marketers, we are going to conceptualize our product. We are going to create the product. So we create the concept and then we hand it over to the production department. Or as a team, we create the concept and also make it into reality. So then for basic product needs, basic features that require to provide the core benefit for customers. So if I'm starting with the mobile phone, for you to communicate from the mobile phone, what kind of features are essential? So without that features, you can't have a phone. Yes, you have to have speakers. What else? Communication purpose. So we have to have camera. What else? The speakers. Sorry, you have to have the speakers. So just by having a speaker, can we communicate? No. What else? So we have to have the speakers for hearing and also for the sound. You need to have a mic off. Is these two enough? What else? We have to have a power supply. Yes. And have a good battery. What else? Connection. Yes, we have to have network. There should be a SIM. What else? But having a SIM, having a power supply, having a mic and the speakers, can we communicate? No, some more are there. What are those? Huh? Yes, dialing pad. Because otherwise you don't know what you are dialing, isn't it? You don't know how to dial the number. What else? Display and the dialing pad. So, and maybe operating system. So this is circuit to put all these things. They are the basic features. For a wristwatch then. Either like the digital one, if it is digital one, the number should rotate. So otherwise those things should be there, at least two. The third one is not required because the second one is playing the role of the bigger one. Okay. Yeah. What else? Same with the wristwatch, there should be a belt. So there's a way of hanging it. Otherwise, it's like a nurse's one. It's like you have to hang it from your pin or something. What else? There should be a battery again. And also like the dial, the face. So where the numbers, either it's not must for you to have the numbers, but at least like 4 lines needs to be drawn. So from the 4 lines, you know that this is 12, this is 6, this is 3, this is 9. So those are the basic features. For a chair. Anyhow, 4 legs or something alternative to 4 legs. Otherwise, it won't balance. Okay. So there should be a like if this part is not there, so this is not a chair, it's a desk. So there should be a both this part, to keep this one and also the other one. So likewise, the marketer should understand that these are must. The must features are the basic features. Without having those features, we can't give the core benefit. And then the expected product means like you can guess the meaning from the term itself. Like when you want to buy a mobile phone, what are the features that you expect? Then the camera is come. But then what else you expect? Capacity, yes. Speed, capacity. Sometimes you might be looking for the size and also the battery life. Having the battery is a basic feature. But a particular life of the battery, it's an expected feature. What else? The version of the product, yes. So what the version of the technology that it is. So likewise, all what you're expecting whenever you are buying a mobile phone, so that is coming under expected features. The augmented needs. something beyond the customer's expectation. It's not something customer expect, but we are trying to give that. Something like this. It may be a product or even a service. Say you are going to buy a mobile phone, but when all the other companies are giving a 6 months warranty, where you are giving like your company is trying to give like 1 year warranty. That is not something customer expect. Or else you are giving a free power bank. That feature is augmented feature, something like that. Then the expected feature is like, the potential feature is something that you have not brought into the market, still in the research and development stage. So what is the potential way that you can enhance the value that you are giving out of this product? From the mobile phone, you are giving a particular product, particular value. So how we can further enhance that value? Any creativity from the past? Or we can modify the phone that currently you are using. But that modification should be something benefit to you. That something enhance the value that you are getting out of the phone. Yes, software updates. Some like now we are having 5G, 26G. Yes, what else? You can write anything, but make sure it is not available. That's why I say that you can use your creativity. Yes, heat resistant. Yes, you can include heat resistant. What else? Voice commands. I don't know. I'm not that kind of high-tech person, but I have seen like some people are using it, especially the ones who are not much good in language. But some advancements, it's possible in voice recognition. So that means I think even with the AI, so normally AI so far they identify like chatbot, sorry, the ChatGPT. So they only identify words. Now they have developed one version to recognize the voice. You don't need to type, you just tell it and it will give. So likewise, it's that, but this is not something relevant for mobile phone. What else? We can get a little bit of flexibility to the display. And also for the battery power supply, we can make it like solar powered one. Okay, it heat itself, like power itself. So likewise, anything, but make sure it is not available in the market. So long as whoever introduces it, say for an example, like a 60 is introduced by a particular mobile phone company, then for that brand, it is augmented feature. Did you get the point? So here, like this is simply a research and development stage. So whoever introduced it, for that brand, it will become an augmented feature. So then, like once that is popularized, and other companies also using it, then we start expecting. So then, like the same way, once whoever is looking at the smart features for the phone, it was at the potential stage. And then once the Samsung introduced it, for Samsung phone, those all the smart features are augmented features. But since it's more popularized, other companies also started introducing the smart features, other brands also. And then now all of us are expecting smart features from mobile. And then it becomes expected. So always these three levels are dynamic. The people are going ahead with the research and development so that it is a potential level. So whoever introduces it, for that brand, it becomes an augmented feature. Then once it's being used by other companies, other competitors, then we started expecting. Then it becomes expected. But these two won't change. Whatever the number be, stop here. Because you have nothing to do with the basic product and the commentary. So whatever you are bringing, make sure you won't challenge the communication. That must provide the communication. Whatever you are bringing here, you can't compromise any features that already must be there in the mobile. Understand? Basic product. Forget on the basic product. Forget. For customers to use the product. Reason for customers to use the product. Example, mobile phone. Example, mobile phone. Communication. Then basic product. Basic features required. Basic features required to provide the core benefit. Provide the core. Example, then you take down like the speakers, mic, speak, display, OS operating system, power. So without having those points, of course we know that it won't happen. And then the other one is expected feature or expected product. Expected product. Expected features when customer buying such a product. Expected features when the customer is buying such a product. Example, then I can take down features that you are expecting whenever you want to buy a phone. Like we say this much of a speed and the battery life is this much, the capacity, the camera quality. That's totally depending on the individual person. And the other one is augmented product. Features beyond the customer's expectation. Features beyond the customer's expectation. Example. Providing a free power bank. Providing a free power bank along with the phone. Even though like it is something augmented for a mobile phone, like giving the laptop back along with the laptop is not augmented because that's something we expect. That should be anyway given free. Then the last one is potential product. the ways and means, the ways and means, the ways and means of upgrading the product value, upgrading the product value in the future. Upgrade the product value in the future. Example, you can say like some potential way of upgrading like 60, 61, and also the solar powered battery, the flexibility to the display. So, like this is also called as, now this is what we call as levels of the production. So the topic is levels of the product. They are the levels of the product. Also it's called as customer value hierarchy. Customer value hierarchy. It means like having said that the market is we won't give any product to customers, so we are giving a value. So the way that we can give the value, we can align to a different levels. Like very basic level, then the expected level, augmented level, potential from each and every layer, you are enhancing the value. So that is what is called as value hierarchy. Okay. So we will take down this also, like the potential product, augmented product, and expected product are changing, but the other two won't change. We'll take down that out. When a company is in the stage of researching, and the company is in the stage of researching potential way of enhancing the value, is represent in the potential level. In the potential level. Once the company introduce any innovative features, it becomes augmented level for such a brand. Depending on the success of such feature, the majority of the customers will use such brand, demanding other brands to upgrade their products, including such a feature. As a result, it becomes the expected level. It becomes the expected level. So this is what is happening in like almost all the places. Like say, if you take the Toyota, by the time the Toyota is like in the research and development stage of the hybrid engine, it's a potential product. But once the Toyota introduced the hybrid engine, so that hybrid engine is a augmented feature for Toyota brand. So once the majority of the people like that, other brands also started shifting from normal engine to hybrid engine. Now everyone is expecting. You see, like all these three levels are evolving, but the other two won't change. You can notice in your drawing, like these three are evolving, but the other two won't change. Now, so we'll take on tutorial question. It's better we do tutorial question in the class itself. Policy. Discuss the customer value hierarchy. Discuss the customer value hierarchy. Of applied accounting degree offers by Srilanka. Now you have to apply like this, to identify these 5 levels. So what is the core benefit, what's the basic, what's the expected, the potential of the degree that you are applying. So this is something common to any product or any service. Of course, you can have a chat with the one who is sitting next to you. If you are in the work, that it won't work. So for an exam, for the exam, in case if I'm asking a question, something like this. Discuss the customer value hierarchy of a particular product. For each level, you have to identify an approach.
Complicated.
The BSAA applied something is the one that you are following. That is what, let's say, we were following is the one that you have to apply. Yeah. Something augmentation, something pressure, they know. That's the pressure. Because it's not the same, they are.
Like forms, some subjects are being accepted. But completing this one, they have not
Okay, you had enough time, so shall we discuss? So what's the basic, core benefit of the following the degree? What's the core benefit? Having academic qualification is very frequently I have seen. You want academic qualification? starts from like I said, who is going to be a potential degree holder. So like, what is the main purpose of the degree? Main purpose of mobile phone is communication. Main purpose of a receipt is checking the time. So knowledge, it's the knowledge. So you need the knowledge, academic based knowledge. If it is a professional one, then see it in there. And there are other professional programs are there. So this is academic based knowledge. So that is the main purpose. That is the format. So that's been labeled as an academic qualification. That is the label. But the purpose is you have to little things be deeper. For you to get that academic knowledge, what it needs to be. Like now just imagine you are the director of that. So you have been given a task, design a degree program that would provide the required knowledge for the potential students. Like you are designing a mobile for that person to design the entire degree program. So what aspects the person should look at? So just think that you are being given a task of designing a degree program, like the same way that you are designing a mobile phone. So whenever you are designing a degree program, that degree program should provide the knowledge. So that is how you have to think. For you to do so, what it needs to have? Yes, you have to cover up all the required areas. Like this is applied accounting. Before going to the applied level, you should know the basic accounting. Understand? Okay. Because we have to look at like what are the potential students that you are going to absorb. If you are having an intention of absorbing the students from all the stream, whether like you have done A levels in commerce, science, bio, arts, like if it is open for any stream, so that means from all the parts students are coming. But at the same time, like all of them, finally, you are doing the same pipeline and they have to be experts or knowledge in applied accounting. Understand? Then that pipeline, that means that the degree program, first you have to get everybody into the common platform. You have to teach first basic accounting. Some building blocks that's required, different aspects of accounting. So that is one basic requirement. What else? And also like some specialized areas in accounting. Applied science. And also now we are looking at the applied application, then some computer-based accounting, because that is what it's been in practice. That knowledge should also be given. And also like some other the peripheral subjects where you are always get fight within the corporate, like marketing. So that should also be there. So then you have a holistic picture. And also like now finally you are going to create the applied accountant. Not a financial accountant or not the management accountant. And you become an applied accountant who can apply any accounting, whatever the knowledge to a particular application. So different aspects of accounting need to be given, and the application side should be given, and also the disciplines where you have to collaboratively work with, that should be given, and also the skills. So certain skills also required, like using some computer-based accounting, and also like communication skill, presentation skill, and using some software. So those kind of skills should also be given. And also supportive attitude. Because sometimes you know everything and you know how to do those ones, but you won't use it. Like I told you, no? So like that making a tea, that I told you the story in the class. Okay. Yes? No. So in a degree program, normally we have to provide 3 things. Those are the basic features. Finally, it's the knowledge, but for you to give that knowledge, so you have to have essentially some basic features, knowledge, skills, and then. So the knowledge, as I said, it is about applied accounting, basic accounting, because different people are coming from different platforms. So then it needs to be fine-tuned to applied side. And also like the peripheral subjects, likewise. So that is a knowledge side. And the skills also there. Because now if I'm taking definitely something like I also got it from a graduate speech. Can't remember who made that graduate speech. I was in the graduation, not being a graduate, so I was just representing the lecture manner. So then normally at the graduation, you will also one day you will also come to that level. I don't know how far that the Srilanka is doing it. It was at Chapel. Normally we are inviting an external person to totally different. Okay? So sometimes maybe a musician. Okay? The one who doesn't have any link with academic. So then the one time we have invited that kind of person, that was the message the person said that everyone knows how to make the tea. Everyone knows how to make the tea. It is so simple. How? Don't get surprised. Like no matter whether in which gender, you should know it. Oh, the boys make the water boil. Okay. Then put a little bit of a tea bag or tea gas or whatever to be, and then once it's boiling, and pour it and keep it for some time. And then if you want the milk, so just mix the milk and the sugar together and mix it up and then rub it. Then nothing to see. So that is the knowledge. The knowledge everyone knows. And also knowledge you can easily get nowadays from the any sources are there. A lot of sources are there for you to get the knowledge. You don't need to come to the class. You don't need to come to the stage. But the next question is, how many of you can make a tea which can be drinkable for another person? That's the question. Like sometimes, just imagine like you got like 5 visitors, you are making the tea. Sometimes it's little bitter. Right? Nobody can drink. Okay. And sometimes it's little sugary. Okay. Or else like no much milk has been put. Okay. Or else the water has not been boiled in a way that it gives a good quality. So many mistakes you are making the first time. Second time, likewise. So say that if it is 5 visitors, so sometimes either you are running out of the tea or you are having excess tea. Mainly the second one, because you have 5 visitors, but you are asking other people at home also to have a tea. Because they have excess. So some they don't want to have a tea. And then you want tea? Okay. Because in front of a crowd, you can't say no. So that person also being guilty. Why? Because you don't have the skill of having the required quantity. Understand? That's a skill. Or else here, once you put like serve into a cups, 1 cup is less. So what are you using? From the spoon. So it is balancing. The girls point including myself. So like either running out or excess. But skill. You know how to do it, but you don't know like the really to make it into practice. How we can improve it. Experience. The first time it's too bitter, so you know that too much of the tea. So you have to little bit low. And sometimes the water has not been boiled. So likewise, you know the mistake. So through by doing it, so you can make it one day. You will make a tea which another person can have. Okay. So then you know that okay, 5 people. This is the level. So normally we have a cup. If that cup is not there, then again you are in a trouble. Okay. So then it's a kind of a benchmark. So that's what the student should ask me. First time presentation, making thousands of mistakes. Second time, third time, fourth time, throughout the number of years. So whenever they are coming into the final year, so they should develop themselves. Okay. Show the practice certain things that we can do in calculation. That is also something essential for it. And the other one is attitude. How the attitude is articulated with the team. Like you might have seen some places once we go, like the people, even they serve the tea, even not looking at our face. Like it's kind of the headache that we have visited over there, so that so just keep the tea and now we have it. So something like that. Even like once you are the husband or like probably the husband got like angry or something. So I said, not talking. I was spending the tea from someone else's hand. The attitude. Okay? So like the way that you are giving it. So he was nicely explaining it. Knowledge, of course, from anywhere you can get it. But the skills you can get it from the practice. Attitude is really hard. You have to make yourself. If you don't like you, that's true, isn't it? That's what not true. Like if you are angry, like not wrong. It's the same. If you want, I will. Otherwise, it's up to you. I don't mind. So, or else making it in a way that the other person can't drink. That's also we do it. So basically, the person was telling that is the hardest part. Create the person's attitude, so which will support the corporate sector. Since you are experienced crowd, you know that how many of newcomers are coming to your workplace, but they won't take the responsibility. So they won't take the ownership. Like even a small mistake happens, give the resignation and go. So how are you going to train them? Because if you are training means like you train that person, it's like that person will resign from your company, but certainly go to a competitor. Because now he has already trained in a particular industry, so it means like you are training for competitors. It's you don't have a trust to give everything away because of the bad mindset. So that's why he said that for a degree, these three should be inculcated. So then the requirement, the level of the product means all three needs to be covered. The knowledge in the applied accounting, the required skills in applied accounting, and also the supportive attitude to work in the corporate sector in the discipline of applied accounting, the accounting field. Because so that's why, like, I don't know whether you have the human resource management. You have. Not yet. So probably in the future you will have, and that's why you are having marketing. Because to make your mindset and open like how the other people also looking at the same scenario. And also that's why you are being given in a crowd, because living in a crowd is also another thing. Okay? Because you have like so many different regions, the people, and once you are in the group, how many conflicts are there? Because you want to work in a one way, but other person want to work in another way. So that's everything like how much that you are tolerance and how much that you are changing attitudes. From every single incident, what's happening, you learn to change and you have to change. So then the corporate, they like the last attitude. Because other things they know that anyway we can give, knowledge we can give, skill we can give, but attitude we can't. So that's why some companies they even like asking in the final recruit, they're asking in which name that you are in the LinkedIn, the Instagram, Facebook. Why? Because it shows your real picture. You can't delete the history. In the FP, you can't delete the history. So in I don't know how far that it's practiced in Srilanka, but in the European context. So they finally asked like, can I have your FB name? Can I have your Instagram name? Can I have your Indian profile name? So then you simply type it and then say that this is the kind of a person, no matter what you are telling in the interview, your real picture is here. So that is basic product. And then the expected product. Is expected product. What you are expecting from this degree. Like you might expect weekend classes. You don't want to have weekday classes. Because you can't come. whether it's weak M classes, and also like you want a certain quality of the lecturers to come, experiences and the quality, the qualification, and also you want the people to explain in a way that you can understand. You have to have the chance to speak to lecturer. So whatever you expect. And also like you are expecting from the administrative staff to listen to some of your specific requirements. Okay. Maybe installment payment, okay, payment in installment, not being the one summer. Yeah. And also like in terms of assignments, like instead of giving the full marks for the final exam, so you prefer to have assignments as well, because then you're not making a much of a risk at last. Because otherwise, if it is 100% the final exam, like a gamble, and you get it or not. Okay. At least your the assignments are there. You can earn something by the time whenever you're going for the final exam. And also, you might expecting some giving in case if you have an issue, you are expecting to have medical. And so that without compromising your results, you can sit and get the same results. And I do remember someone has written like a yes. Yeah, so that is also possible. And even don't you expect like not monitoring the attendance as a pass and partial goes. Good. So that otherwise you don't need to sign for this. So it's those are the expected ones. So then all you can write down, it's totally up to you. Augmented feature. What is the augmented feature here? Something beyond the expectation. But since I'm specifically referring to Srilanka, so what is the exceptional feature here? Exception. So that I'm happy that some of you have identified it. Like the ones those who have done chartered, so some of the subjects in the degree being accepted. So that is the exceptional feature which you can't get it from the other institutes. Okay. Yeah. The potential one. So that you can create your novelty. And I have seen like one cases it can be even vice versa. Like now, if you have a charter, the qualification, so some of the subjects waive off. And if you have completed this one, why not some subjects waive off from the others from CA? Charters. So likewise. And also the another thought like soon we complete the degree. So if we have connected with some companies, like some MOUs which has been already signed by the institute. So whoever completed with this minimum GPA, so they are directly will be recruited by these companies. Oh, correct. And what else? Like some may say that like so if we have like some path for MBA programs, that's another thing. And even like I don't know, I'm lucky that no, so once it has written the online lectures as well, but online lectures won't work as such. But it can be an expected product as well, like recorded lectures, so that you can listen to it later on. In this class, no one is coming, and students are not coming. Yeah, it's really unproductive. So yeah. So even but if you are taking any other product, you should be capable enough to identify these different levels. So it has purposefully taken a medical insurance. So taken medical insurance. So for a medical insurance, I will showcase it to the class as well. So what is the core benefit of medical insurance? Why you want a medical insurance? Just ask yourself if you want. What you have written? Why need the insurance? So like why do people go for medical insurance? Yes, cover up the medical expenses which you can't cover up suddenly, can't bear up suddenly. That is the purpose for benefit. So what are the basic features that needs to have in whenever you are drafting a medical insurance policy then? You are designing medical insurance policy. It should cover up the critical, the diseases. Okay. Because like if I was saying that, okay, this medical insurance is like this, but it doesn't cover the bypass. What's the point of having medical insurance? So it doesn't cover the kidney transplant, fine. So likewise, first you have to say like for the Sri Lankan context, what are the key diseases? Are you covering the required amount? So then you have to look at like from a private hospital. So to have this kind of a surgery, how much does it cost? So you have to provide that coverage. Otherwise, no point. Like halfway that you are spending like premium for years and years, at last, so if you want to get the assistance and if people say that you only 500,000. So no point that you are paying that amount of money. So likewise, make sure the required key, the diseases and the required amount it needs to be, and also like the paying policy, how much that we have to pay, and also what else. Those are basics one, and the expected features. We want to customize to ourselves because the medical issues what I am having may not be the same for another person. So that needs to have a customization, and also the premium as per the individual person's budget. And also like how easily we can claim them. So those are the expected things when we want to have a medical coverage. So those are the things that we are expecting. And the augmented for a particular the brand that can be given as augment. I don't know like which brand that you are coming from. So if a particular the medical insurance says that we do cover even up to this level, we do cover the OPD charges as well. That is something outstanding. So then we like it because we don't need to be hospitalized because anyway we get sick, but we get those kind of expenses as an external patient. Potential for a medical insurance, but how we can bring it in a way that you can give more value.
Okay.
Yes, bonus you can give. So like new frameworks, I don't know like whether it's there or not. If it is there, it's augmented. But if it is not there, that would be a potential way of enhancing. So yeah, so whatever the product that I would take on board for the exam, so you should be capable enough to look at these levels in a different way. So then the other thing which I wanted to tell you before the break, this augmented feature is special, isn't it? So that provides for customers to go for their brand. Like say for an example, so when a particular person want to buy a Toyota vehicle, maybe the reason would be hybrid engine. So when you want to compose this degree program, the main reason would be the extension. So this is what we call as POD, point of difference. Okay. So this is the point where you are making your brand differ from the others' brand. So that is we call it as a cutting edge. So the extensions, giving the extensions for the TA from this side, so it's the cutting edge for this equipment. So like the Apple mobile phone, what is the POD? Quality of the picture. So that is the augmented feature impact. So then all the others are like POD stands for point of difference. So POD is the reason for people to buy the product. Provide the reason. Why do I have to go for that? Why should I buy Apple phone? Why not another one? Okay. And also, if you look at these two levels, we call it as a point of parity. Point of parity. So here, this point of parity is just to be in the category. But this point of parity won't be in the competition. One for competition, this one is for being in the category. So I will explain. If I'm going to the original example, for you to recognize mobile phone as a mobile phone, it needs to have all the features what we need. There should be a mic, there should be a speaker, there should be a display and those ones. Without having that, we won't recognize it as a mobile. Agree? If you don't have a wristwatch and if you don't have a dial and those ones, then it's not a wristwatch. It could be a nurse's watch or else the clock. So likewise, the basic feature will give you some features that are essential to be in that category. So that is what we call as POP to take the membership of the category. But the expected product, if you want to be in the competition, you have to have those features inbuilt in your phone. Having a camera is a must now. When you are designing a mobile phone, you can't have a camera without, you can't have a phone without a camera. Understand? Why? Because majority of people want it. So therefore, this one doesn't provide any advantages for any product. That must be there. Take the POD, point of difference. Point of difference, POD. Provide the reason. Point of difference. Provide the reason. To buy a particular brand. Example, camera quality in Apple phone. That is on the augmented level. That is on the augmented level. That is POD. POD is in the augmented level. Then the other one is point of parity. POP, point of parity. Essential features. Essential features that needs to be inbuilt. That needs to be inbuilt. Either inbuilt, either to get the membership of the category. Get the membership of the category. So within bracket, basic product. Put a small dash within bracket basic product. Put a small dash basic product like the displays, the mic, speakers. I will get the membership of the category. Or successfully be in the competition. In bracket, expected product. Having a camera in the phone is essential due to competition. Close bracket. That will give you another lesson. Having a camera in the mobile phone is essential due to competition. Close bracket. So That will give another lesson. Like whenever you are changing the product, after this one you go for the break. Sorry. So whenever you are changing the product, like we are modifying the product with the potential level, so you can't challenge the POP. POP is a must. So you have to have a basic product and also expected. There are some cases where this POP has been modified but failed. I'll give you Sri Lankan example as well as a world example. The Sri Lankan example is you might have seen the some vehicle, not some vehicle, there is a vehicle like three wheel, but the covered body. Can you see? Very rarely we see on the road. So why it's saying it's a fail? Because very frequently we don't see it because it's not that much market in Sri Lanka. Why? Because if it is a car, there should be four. So that it's not a car. But if it is a three-wheel, we don't expect to have a covered body. And then it is not a three-wheel. So then what has happened? It fails to get the membership. So whoever designed that concept tried to bring some novelty, but the problem is that novelty has challenged the basic product. So whoever wants to buy a car will not go for that because it doesn't have a four. And whoever wants to buy a three-wheel also doesn't go for that. Because one thing is it's a bit expensive, and the other thing is it's not the required model of the three. So both cases the membership is failed, so therefore there is no market in either customer base. Either for the people who are looking for a vehicle or either people who are looking for a traction. That's a Sri Lanka. It's not something we created, it's something created by another company, but it's failed in Sri Lanka because of that. And even Sony failed. Sony is a well recognized brand, and they also made a mistake because there was one unit called, I can't exactly remember, 4-in-1 or 3-in-1. So what they did was like they combined so many units together. The radio, the thermometer, the temperature, the meter, the radio, camera. There is one more which I can't remember. So just simply like the camera, radio, and the thermometer. Okay. So no one purchases because whoever wants the camera, it didn't come to them. So whoever wants the radio, again, it doesn't come to them. And the thermometer also, it doesn't come to them because like there are 3 different categories. It's really hard for you to combine so that you pay to get a membership. And why the Nokia failed again? Because the Nokia didn't match with the expectations of the customer. Otherwise, it's a well-recognized, very historical brand. But finally, the Korean brand, they had to give up the leadership. Still, they can't catch it up. They lost it. Still, they are struggling to get the leadership. Samsung wants it. So then why it's happening? Because that competition level, the competitive product level, they fail. So likewise, since you are practitioners, always keep in your mind like bring the novelty, but don't touch anything to the expected level and also the basic level. Because when your company, when some new products, ideas are coming, so you will also be appointed because you are the accountant and also you are the one who gives the approval for the cash. Okay. So that you have to look at those aspects. Sometimes those things, if it is a qualified person is coming, of course that person is knowing. Sometimes you can give some insights. Like what you have done is as a concept, it would be a fail. Now this example like if the POP is challenge, if POP is challenge, the product would fail. POP is challenge, the product would fail. Example, I don't know what it is called, like the vehicle with the 3 wheels but covered body. It's not a 3 wheel, what's the name? You know what I'm referring to. Then at least do it. So like this vehicle with 3 wheels with the covered body, right down like that. Otherwise, it's another point like the vehicle with 3 wheels and a covered body. It's only 3-in-1 unit. Okay, we'll stop for a break. So we will come after. So that is very essential one in the product strategy. That's why I told you to have a. Take your break and come. Anyhow, I was able to keep you awake. The most difficult time is over. Just now, the part you have eaten might have digested. So the next part is easy. Have a break. Right, only 20 minutes time because today is only 3 hours. And after the break, I want the deadline. The lecturer is asking the deadline for the student. So you have to tell me the deadline after the break. the assignment I gave to you. Someone has written. Assignment clear already. Assignment clear already. Recording.
And second technical.
To until others comes, we start. Otherwise, sorry. Away from the schedule. So now we have rigorously discussed about the different levels of the product. And this is different types of the product. Like basically, if we take all the products available in the market, we can put them into clusters: industrial products and consumer products. Industrial products means like and then construction materials, the machines and those kind of ones. So normally, like those are we call as industrial product that we don't discuss in your syllabus. In your syllabus, basically, it's talking about the consumer products. So those consumer products we can cluster into four, like convenience product, shopping, specialty, and the unsold product. Okay. The convenient products, like these are, you don't need to like cram those ones. You can guess the meaning from the term itself. Convenient products are the products that you are buying from convenience shops. So fast-moving consumer products like the supermarkets and the convenience shops that normally sell those products, like very frequently we purchase. We don't need to have much of a planning. And also very low in shopping effort as well as the involvement. The relatively price is low. And we basically go for the distribution. Like want to make our product widely available. I have started. So mainly we want to make, if you are handling, if your company is handling FMCG product like convenient product, we have to give the priority for the availability because people wish to purchase it wherever conveniently can purchase it. And also like you have to promote at the mass scale because it's a mass scale available product, so the promotion should also be in the mass scale. And sorry, I didn't start there, otherwise. Then the next one is shopping products. The shopping product means that we go for shopping. The products that we are going for shopping, what kind of product? Clothing items, the shoes, handbags, So those ones we basically go for varieties, and also we give the priority for like the brand, price, quality, style. So those are the priorities whenever we are going for a particular brand. The not very frequently we purchase as convenient product because you can't buy shoes as the way that you are buying clothes. So it's having only the selective distribution because the shoes you can't buy from supermarkets. It's only available in selected places. Even the advertising and personal promotion line also like something targeted promotion because you can't see the clothing items and also shoes. They may not come to the TV, radio, and newspaper as the other FMCG products because it's no use. And the other one is specialty product where it's expensive product. So only we need it, we buy it, like the mobile phones, laptops, jewelries, houses, properties, even like automobiles. Okay. The strong brand preferences and the loyalty, special purchase effort, little comparison of the brand and the low price sensitivity. We are not much price sensitive because when we are buying for a laptop, so we look at the other aspects. The price is coming the second priority. And that's in terms of the availability. That is not available as the clothing item or even like convenient. It's only available in certain locations like jewelry. We can't buy as the way that we are buying shoes. And even the automobiles, houses, the same thing. It's only available in special places. And the other one is unsold product where like we don't search for that product. So because of two reasons, we are not searching that product mainly because of two reasons. The one is we don't know that there is a product like that. So that we don't search for it. And the other one is we don't know whether we need it. We know that there is one, but we feel like we need it. Okay. So we not much aware about it, and the price it's depend, and the distribution also depend. And also since people are not aware of it, you have to have everything promoted. Okay. For example, life insurance policy. Yeah, the remote insurance, true, because it's a legal requirement, so annually people will search for it. But life insurance, we don't search for it, so that's unsold product. Why don't we search for it? Because of what reason? We don't feel like we need it. So that's why externally the people those who are handling life insurance, you have to make the people afraid. Like this is what happened. You are going to die one day, unless otherwise you don't feel like you're going to die. So you have made people afraid that just imagine like if you got heart attack, you have the financial capability to pay for it. And then you feel like, oh God, if it happens like that. So then it's like externally you have to give the rigorous promotion, unless otherwise it's just one reason. We know that there are life insurance, but we don't feel like we need it. And some other products, like sometimes we may have some the medicines that will give a memory capacity or like long life. There may be, but we don't search because we don't know there are medicines like that. So likewise, those are called as unsold product. If you want, you can just take down only the example convenient product or FMCG. Shopping product like clothing items, shoes, handbags. The specialty product like mobile phones, automobile, mobile phones, laptops, jewelries. Unsold product. The in signal we call as like no say in the by the time you are doing A levels, in signal medium they call as no say So that is we don't search because of two reasons. The one, we don't know there are product like that. Other reason is we don't feel like we need it. The life insurance is coming into that category. Even medical insurance, the life insurance, not the motor insurance, because motor insurance from the legal, it's a legal, if you have taken motor insurance, you can put the vehicle onto the road. There is different types of products. So why we don't know about these different types? Because as marketeers, that should be different marketing programs. Because for convenient, excuse. For convenient products, of course, we have to make it widely available for people to buy, and it's rather expensive one. So we have to give the priority for distribution lot. But for unsold product, it's not the distribution, it's the make the people aware. So that you have to do more effort for a promotion side. But for shopping product, when people need it, they will go and find it. But you have to provide the variety because they are very particular on the style, design, quality. So that you have to address those ones in your marketing campaign. And the secondary product, anyway, you not need to watch it, that's wrong. So anyway, like secondary product, when you want to, anyhow, you will go and find it. Okay. Now, tobacco is coming to which category? It was not a planned question, but just tobacco. Out of these four, so it's coming to which category? But we can buy tobacco from the supermarkets. So that means it's mainly for the convenient method. And also like it's being placed closer to the counter. Why is that? The tobacco, you can see like the closer to the counter, why it's been shown in that way. One thing is stimulate the impulse buying, like not something bad. Once you see it, you feel like I want. So that we discuss in the consumer behavior. So it's like you have to, if it is available, once you see it, feel like having. If you are using. Okay? And the other one is for the security. Because it's expensive. So there is a people like there is a possibility people will steal. So for both purposes, just keep it closer to the market. And alcohol, out of these four, so we calculate. Some medical treatments like bypass surgery, which category out of these? Specialty. But general, the GP consultation. One doctor. That should be mainly convenience, isn't it? Yeah, because we normally go to the place where it's convenient for us. So the location matters. Alcohol. Specialty. If it is a special product like yeah, so maybe yes, because if you're looking at the places where it's selling, that's a wine stores, okay? Plus supermarket. Even in the supermarket also, you are not keeping it in a place where the traffic is always good. Even you can keep it in very cold. Why? Whoever wants it, anyone can get it. Isn't it? So that is out of these four, probably the more suits for the special. Though it is not that expensive, I don't know how or price is that narrow, but so now we'll look at the this is something called product mix. The portfolio, also we call it the product portfolio, where if we take any product, the any company, that company might have several products. So all these products we call as product portfolio. So this is something like this. This is the Unilever's portfolio. Okay. Of course, this might be slightly different now. It is a few years ago. Okay. Then, as you can see, that has three groups, like food and beverage, health and personal care, and the home care. Even in your companies also, you may have aligned your organization structure into this way. So this is like sometimes food and beverage would be a one SBU, one separate unit. And the health and personal care is another unit, and also the home care is another unit. But if you're looking at the marketing perspective, so each of these categories we call as a product line. So that means Unilever is having how many lines? 3. Okay. One is food and beverage, and the other one is health and personal care, and the other one is home care. Okay. And you should be familiar with these 4 terms: width, length, depth, and consistency. Okay. Width means number of different product lines the company carries. So how many product lines the Unilever carries? 3. So that means width is 3. Length means how many items that a particular company carries in all the product lines. So that means this is having 3 product lines. So food and beverage, number of items are there. And the health and personal care, again the sets of items are there. And the home care, another sets of items are there. If you are adding all these 3, so that is the length. So see how many are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 30, 34, 38, 40. Okay. So it has 40. Okay. So that means in the Unilever, so the length is 40. Okay. Length means all the items in all the lines. And the depth is other one. Like if you take a particular this product, how many versions that it has, like how deep it has gone. Like if I take Lux, so how many color of Lux are there? So if it has 4 colors, then the depth of Lux is 4. So that we look at only item wise. And if say sunlight is having 6 colors, that means 6 versions, then the depth of sunlight is 6. Okay. Clear? And the consistency means like looking at the different product lines, are they matching with each other or contradicting with each other? Like matching means can we run the same marketing program for all these lines? For Unilever, yes, because all these 3 are consistent products. So food and beverage, health and personal care, and home care, that's all are FMCG. So therefore, that's all coming into that 4 box. Convenience product actually. So therefore, so Unilever is having very consistent product portfolio. But it is not a must. It depends on the company. Some companies they diversify their access. So like the Hemas. So Hemas they have FMCG. Also they have pharmaceutical products. They have hospitals. They have hotels. They have the travel. So diversified. So then the Hemas portfolio is not consistent. Even surplus is very diversified. So likewise, it's totally depending on a particular company, the strategic orientation, because sometimes Even though Unilever is keeping like all the FMCG category, because they know that they won't, it won't be a challenge for them. They get a synergy effect because the way that you are handling the personal care, you can also handle the home care so that you can get the synergy effect. But the aim was if you thinking like in case if the FMCG category doesn't perform well, at least you can get the profit from the hospital. So the hospital would be the cash cow these days, so that they are counting the money for the other category. So it's the way that the business look at their future. Even Cargill from supermarkets to the bank, even though bank is not much successful, but it's very diversified portfolio. So that's all about the product. Now let's move to the brand. Now we have designed the product. Now we want to put a name for it. Okay. Like it's a name, term, sign, symbol, or any kind of a combination, design or combination that we use to identify a particular product from the rest of the competitors. Okay. So, so having a brand is good for both perspectives. Like it's good for customers as well as for the sellers. Why it is good for us? That gives a personality. So why people go for Apple phone? Because they're saying that it will enhance their status. Okay. And also it's easy for us to find, like you simply say the brand and they will give you the product. So if you don't have a brand, then you have to explain like something like this, like quite simple. Like whenever you don't know the name of a lecturer, you have to explain lot. Okay. So all likewise, likewise, but if you know the name, you have to tell simple logic as such. Okay. Yeah, so it's good for you to go for repeat purchase. It's a matter of telling the brand, and also it suggests the quality. Like we know that if it is the Rolex wristwatch, we know that this is the quality. Okay. And for the seller's point of view, that's good because you can tell a particular story. Like KFC, there is a story behind it. Okay. So that from the brand, you can pass that story to the community. Also, it gives a legal protection. And also, you can segment the market. Like this is a nice example. So, it has a signal as well as close-up. Because of two brands, slight deviation of the production formula. So you have gone for that. The Unilever has gone for two different segments. They are competing with each other, but profit is coming to the umbrella. And even Sunsilk and Dow, again, two different segments, two different brands. Because of two different brands, that's why they have gone for different segments so that they can get a lot of profits. Yes. What else? Even cream, you see Pond's, the Fair and Lovely, Wesley. That's all the same category, but different brands, so they're different segments. Okay. So that's good for sellers. So it's a kind of a promise. So if we say like Tesla, so there is a particular promise of the quality. If we say Apple, there is a particular quality that the seller is promising the customer. So they are going both perspectives, having a brand is good. So it says that brand doesn't necessarily have to have a name. Because there are so many well-established brands, it doesn't have a name, but we identify. Can you all pick up some brands which doesn't have a name, but you know what it is? Apple, yes. Apple's way of the design and also taking a small part of. And Pepsi, the color combination. What else? Nike, okay. The way the thing is being drawn. Firefox. Shell. Okay. So likewise, there are so much of brands nowadays. It doesn't have a name, but we know what it is. Okay. But for them to come to this level, so they have to implement the name and then slowly they have to come. Like you simply Google and see like the evolution of Pepsi brand, and you see different the versions are there. Let's try Pepsi brand evolution. If you don't have like data, let's totally find this companions your player. For what is the that's right. Otherwise, any brand is the same. Like so many versions are there, and then finally we have something. These are the branding decisions where the when you are being asked to design a brand for your product, like these are the main decisions that we have to make. The first thing is that you have to ask from yourself, for my product, is the brand required or not? Are there any cases at the moment certain products are there without the brand? Can you tell some examples? Because for us, it sounds like anyway the product is there, brand is one. But still in the current era, there are certain products. Product is there, but without the brand, it has come to the market. That means unbranded products. Example. Jewelry is the shop is the brand. Right. But loose rice. Not the packaged ones, they loose rice. So in the bulk forms that you get, like rice and dal, and those kind of things where we can like it's a scale we can get it, and you don't have a name. And even the oil, coconut oil, so you have a barrel and it has connected with the tap where you can get it. And what? And even I have seen like some the washing liquid also is coming in barrel. So and even like some spices, it doesn't have a brand, but just to get the scale like to the weight, your weight. So that means still now there are certain instances where we might decide whether we are go with the brand or without the brand. If we decided to go with the brand, so how we select the brand? These are some of the qualities that you may consider. I'm not saying that this is a hard and partial rule because there are certain cases where they have violated these criteria, but still the brand performing well. Okay. The desirably, if we put a name, we can reflect the benefit that the customer gets out of the brand. Example. Just by reading the name of the product, that means the brand, we know that we will get that benefit. That means brand reflects the benefits that the company gives to the customer. Benefits as well as a quality. The benefit is easy way to check. Velvet. So the benefits that they are giving is the smoothness. So then the velvet is reflecting that. Comfort. That it's also reflecting the brand reflects what you give. Yes. But it's not a must. Why it is not a must? There are so much of brand, it doesn't reflect anything, not even connected with the product, but performing well. Example. Apple is a fruit. But once we say apple for your crowd, like in your age, so it's totally like different perception that it doesn't reflect anything related to even the mobile phone can. Nokia, it's even the other way around, isn't it? Okay. So that means you can't tell in single, but it's connected with the mobile phone. Okay. So then, still it's performing well. So likewise, it's even against the first criteria. That's why I said that it's not a must. So there are certain brands that's really performing well, but it has challenged the first criteria. And also, it should be something easy to pronounce, recognize, and remember. If you can't pronounce, certainly you can't recognize. You can't remember. Okay? So, sometimes the people think, since the people wants to get some uniqueness, they put very unusual brand, but it's a failure one. So there was one, I don't know, like some of you may aware or not. There was a brand called 20 Chance. It's a gel. So it was long time ago. So then, by that time, even the supermarkets were also not there. That's a convenience shops where that there is the barrier, like the Mudalal is giving everything from a small hole. So that kind of a shop. So supermarkets are also not there. So it's fair because people can't pronounce it. So then people are afraid to pronounce in front of a crowd. So, but now it's because they like sometimes they're making a wrong pronunciation and other people are laughing at them. So then even the product itself fail. Not something wrong with the product, but the branding decision it make other mistake. But now it is not a problem because you don't need to say the brand. So it's a supermarket, just take the card and whatever and then pay it. And okay. So that criteria also has been challenged because of the context. It should be really different. You can't copy somebody's name. And also extendable. You should be capable, it should be, whatever the brand that you are picking up, it should be extendable to at least to another category. Because if the brand is so much attached to a particular category, you can't use for another category. You will fail. Example in Sri Lanka. A particular brand is so much attached to its original category. So the same brand, if it is used for another category, that new category will not be successful. That means extendability is not there with the brand. The originally it came like this, so it's so much attached to that category. If we use the same brand for another category, you have extended your business, but you want to get the same brand identification to that category. But people don't recognize because for people, their brand is this. Like Bata slippers, too much attached. Only with the Bata, rubber slipper. Because Bata says it doesn't come like shoes. And even Cargills, the band there, because the Cargills for us it is common. It's not a brand. And even like when the Godrej is coming to Sri Lankan market, the Godrej is an Indian product, but it's highly linked with the hair dye because once we say Godrej, so first thing that comes to your mind is a hair dye. So that means it's highly linked with the hair dye category. And also it's a matter of perception. People know that it's a dye and also it has chemicals. So then the Godrej company wants to introduce a soap to Sri Lanka now. So they did a research like how the Godrej brand has been positioned in the Sri Lankan market and they realized that, in fact, we did the research. So then we realized that it's too much attached to the product hair dye category. And also people have a perception it has anyway chemical. If they use the same brand for the soap, certainly the soap will fail. Because people are afraid to purchase it. So then we recommend better you go for another brand. Okay. So that's why they use Synthol, like with the black the wrapper. So there is a soap called, it's a beauty soap, the Synthol. So that's from the Godrej family. But they didn't use the same thing because that Godrej brand doesn't have extended. You can, but Signal, extendable brand. Apple, extendable brand. Yes. And at least to related category, you can extend. Also, like the So make sure you can translate to at least to main languages in the world. And once it's translated, it should not give the strange meaning to your product. Like I said, Nokia, the Srilanka is not a main language, so that's why it doesn't matter. Even we are Sri Lankans, like our mindset is foreign, so that it's like we don't feel it. So Nokia means can't talk it, but still the Nokia phone is so completely well because we are thinking from the foreign perspective, so it doesn't come to our mind. Like, but there are certain the brands where once it's converted into other languages, at least main languages that the world use, like Spanish, French, Dutch, those kind of one, Chinese. So those ones, make sure if you put a brand now, in the future, who knows? So sometimes you might be exporting to China. You might be exporting to a country where that speaks French. So then see whether what is the meaning to your brand from their language. Otherwise, in that market, in the future, you fail. Like there's one vehicle called the Noah. The Noah in Spanish means can't move. So once they go on with because the Toyota, it's very good in that case. Because it's very high in transferability. Can convert to any language, but it doesn't challenge the meaning the Toyota the vehicle. But the Noah fail because the can't move means the countries where the Spanish is being speaking, so the people are afraid to purchase it because you can't have a vehicle which can't move. So that's and the last one is make sure that you will be able to get the legal protection. Like if you have a brand, so that is only for you. So somebody else cannot use that. So even your name also, that's why that birth certificate and everything, and even small letter difference. And then it's the huge like kind of a thing that you have to sort it out because you can't have just two people from the same item. The same like for product. So if you are using a particular brand, that should have to have the absolute right of using it legally. Otherwise, what happens is you are very poorly, you are building up the brand. If the brand is common, then other one is coming and saying that, okay, this is common, I will also use the. So that's why normally we don't use the common term to the brand. You can put, but you can't register. Like even sunlight, like is sunlight. Okay. So they can't register the name, but that is why they are highlighting the logo. The way that the sun rise and then the way that you are writing somewhere, and that can be registered. Then no one can take. Even like that's why you might have seen in some shops, they put purposefully wrong spellings in the middle. That because it doesn't mean that they don't know how to spell it. Purposefully they have put it wrong spelling, then it's something unique, even though it sounds like common, but it's unique to a particular shop. Mainly hotels they do. Can't have a beach. The beach belongs to everyone. Okay. So we can't have sun, moon. So that's I also can have moon. She also can have. Okay. Even anchor is anchor. To keep the vessels in a port. Even the anchor logo is the same, isn't it? So so there was a case even in Sri Lanka where the anchor, you just see like if you can register the brand, there's a small art circle. That means it's a trademark that has been registered, which has a legal right. But for sunlight, it doesn't have. And even for anchor, it doesn't have because those are common terms. So even the logo of the anchor is also something common. Now slightly it will take a couple of years for them to change. Slightly they are changing the way of drawing the logo. So there was one case like another milk powder company wants to use the anchor brand. Ontario can't say no. So then it's a lot for them because someone else also coming the milk powder, same anchor brand. For us, it's the same. So then it's a huge threat for content. Then one day, finally, they have to do like pay huge amount of millions of money they paid that company and asking if don't do it. That's the only option. Because you can't go to the court. You have made a mistake by the time you are putting the brand and also the logo. So therefore, this is something crucial. Like it's not a must for all, but you have to play around with it. So that is selecting the brand and also the brand sponsor. Another thing that you have to consider is brand sponsor, like who is having the ownership of the brand. Sometimes it's the manufacturer's brand. Okay? Like the person who manufactures is the one, give the name. Example. The person who manufactures the product is the one who gives the brand, and that is the brand all around the world use. Management one, yes. But yes. Yes, Coca-Cola. Because they are the manager. Toyota, Nissan, the laptop, whoever manufacturer, like wherever the world you go, it's the Toyota. It's not Srilankan Toyota, Indian Toyota. No. Toyota means Toyota. Branding, which is that. Your brand sponsor, manufacturer's brand. Example, Toyota, Nissan, Honda. Even like laptops, all the laptop brands, it's a manufacturer's brand. Even mobile phones, manufacturer's brand. If you take like all the most of the brands that's selling in supermarkets, manufacturer's brand. It's not the Cargill's brand, it's not the Keys brand. So that is the Unilever brand. Or other, there's one company, there are some other companies also. And the other one is private brands. Private brands is like other than the manufacturer, there are certain cases where you have your own brand. Like you take Kiehl's in the supermarket, they have their Kiehl's products range. That is a private brand. Even Cargill's, they have oil choice or something. And the last, they have Sun Up. So those are private brands. They are handling manufacturer's brand. Also, they have your own brand. Like Kiehl's is Kiehl's, I think they're using the same brand. But Lanka and Cargill's, they have a separate brand. Licensed brand. That's the other one. Licensed brand. That's that. That means the particular company has taken the licensing authority to use that brand. You have taken the license to use somebody else's brand. That mainly comes with the franchise agreement. With the franchise agreement, the franchisor is giving the right to use the brand to the franchisee. Example, McDonald's, Pizza, Domino's, Taco Bell, KFC. Whoever is getting the franchising right can use the brand. They are licensed brand. Even Disney, the characters. So that is also license. And the other one is the co-branding, where you are combining two brands and go as a one brand. In Sri Lanka, those days the Standard Chartered clean place, two separate brands. But once it's merged, they decided we use both. Then it becomes Standard Chartered clean place. And even in the Suzuki Maruti, so Suzuki is a one brand, Maruti is another brand. So when they want to capture the Indian market, the Indian government said that no, you can't come as a Suzuki. If you want to come to our market, you combine with the local manufacturer. So there they decide both brands should carry forward. It becomes Suzuki. So they captured the Indian market and also they came up to the other Asian countries. One example, Suzuki Maruti, the world example that's available in Sri Lanka also. That mainly happened when the two companies merged together. If both are equally powerful, it's not an acquisition. If you acquire someone, the one who is acquiring, that brand is dominating the other person's mind, the person's brand, it's fine. But in the merge, just sometimes both companies equally powerful, and they would say that we go with the same brand, both brands. And the other one is brand strategy. It's something like this. So brand strategy, draw this in your notebook, please. You get like 4 branding strategies. Line extension, brand extension, multi-brands, and new brands. We have drawn it and try to figure out the examples for each. Like when a particular new product is introduced, by being in the same category, you can use the same brand. Or you can use the existing brand for a new product category. Or else you are in the same product category, but you are using different brands. You are using another brand, or else what you are introducing is totally a new category. And also the new brand. Try to identify examples for each. The easiest one is brand extension. So you able to find an example for that? The same brand that you are extending for another category. Originally, it's a toothpaste, but now it's been extended to a toothbrush. What else? Even the Huggies, originally it was a supermarket, but then it became a brand. Multi-brands, where sometimes you are putting something to the existing category, but you are coming up with a new brand. Close. Like this, from the Unilever perspective, signal was anyway there, so that you are offering another product to the toothpaste category, but you are using another brand. So that's a multi-brand. Even like Funds, the Fair and Lovely, the Vaseline, that's all coming to the multi-brand. In the same category, you are using different brands. New brands. So you are introducing something totally new that you were not there in that category earlier. but you are not using the same brand. If it is using the same brand, it's a brand extension. So you are going with a totally new brand. Think of by Godrej. Godrej, originally they were in the hair dye category, but whenever they're introducing a soap is a new category. But they didn't use the same brand, so that there is another brand called Synchro. So it's a new brand. Then the difficult one for you to think is the line extension. The line extension is like when you are introducing a new product, you are already in the same category and also you are using the same brand. So then when you are introducing anyway, there's a version like the Sunsilk, say that the black color version is introduced. Still you are in the shampoo category, using the same brand of Sunsilk, but just the version you added. Even like Elephant House, introducing different flavors. It's ice cream, not the soft drinks, because soft drinks they are going with the different brands also. Then it become the multi brands, same category but different brands. Even like Cosmolet, if they introduce like caramel flavor, then the caramel flavor milk, it's still the Cosmolet, still the milk category, milk the drinks category. I hope that 4 strategies are clear. Clear? So then when we see in Sri Lanka introducing this specialty step, where does it stand in? If they are going into that, which category? The brand extension, is it a multi-brand, is it a line extension or brands? Or is it a combination? It's a combination. Because if they simply use that, what is it? New brand. Because originally they were in the professional account, it's a professional account. Okay. Then once they have they have taken the degree awarding status, so it's another category. So you are jumping to the academic degree. It's totally new category. But if they are using STEM only, that's an issue, like Synchro. But they want, if it is STEM on its own, it won't survive. Because the CA Sri Lanka is the more popularized. That is a place where you have taken the recognition. That brand is having so that they are taking it as a base. So then it's a brand extension. So it is a combination of brand extension and new brand. So they want to build up the SHAB also. Then in the future, even they are leaving out from the CA Sri Lanka, SHAB itself standalone. So it's a combination. Originally, like they are in the support from the all the established brand. And even now, if you have a chance, you just go and see the, it would be other way around as well. The Sri Lanka, they started with the base of established brand, and now they are trying to build up another brand set. So in the future, so sometime like the decades to go, if SABB is performing really well, they will quickly leave out the CA Sri Lanka name. So it will, but it will take long time to go. So that is like brand extension, then the multi-brands, new brand, sorry. But the Synthol, they did it other way around. They don't want to be connected with Godrej, so that came as a new brand. But now slowly they are putting the Godrej logo, saying that this is coming from Godrej. It's going other way around. Did you understand what I'm telling? So that means you want to get the support from the existing brand, but at the same time, make sure you should not get your finger fired. So that we have like finished up to brand strategy. The last one, the brand repositioning. What is the meaning of positioning? We have already discussed in the previous topic. Positioning means like You want to give, you want to place your brand in the minds of your target. So then the target market is giving a definition. Apple is this. Here Srilanka is this. So X person is like this. Now you also have a position. So the way that you have position in the company, like if someone is outside asks your name, so there is a way that your peers are explaining. That is how they have like you have position among their mind. Like when if you are a boss, if you want, sometimes you might be doing this, and yeah, when the boss is not around, sometimes you make a fun. You're just acting as a boss. Like certain words that you using like sit down and behave. That is how the boss has been positioned among the subordinates. Likewise, it's something personal, like how people give a definition to a particular name. So the brand is also having the same. Sometimes the existing positioning approach, the brand manager may not have it. Because normally it is every brand is having a particular brand manager. So the brand manager is responsible to keep the brand in a successful way in the market. Like then sometimes the current definition brand manager may not happy with because the current definition doesn't perform much well. It doesn't give much profit or the sales. So that you want to change the current perception. So that you have to go ahead with a relaunch. That is not easy, but if it is required, you have to do it. Unless otherwise, that the profit what you are getting out of the product is going to be diminished, and the one day it will die. So then needs a lot of redefinition, and also sometimes you may need to change even the product also. So like the production formula might need to change, and sometimes you keep the product as it is, but you are changing the brand in a different way. Like in Sri Lanka, the elephant house trains, like those days, they go as an elephant house train. Like then their POD, like unique selling proportion was 100 milliliters more. Like those days, only Coca-Cola and the elephant house drinks, they were the two market leaders, the two players in the market. And then the Coca-Cola bottle, like the glass bottle, it had only 300 milliliters, but the elephant house, which had 400 milliliters. So that means extra 100 milliliters you can get from the elephant house drinks. So that was the POD they used, the USP basically. POD, USP, small as a sale. So then, then after that, the long also it's earlier it was your mind is in there. So then, then once the ownership changed from Paul Store, so then the brand manager who took the responsibility said that if people interpret the whistle on the elephant house drinks as 100 milliliters more, when people want more volume, then only the elephant house brand comes. Otherwise, they opt for Coca-Cola. Because that is how they have defined it. When you want a volume only, that comes to the top of the list. But for normal day-to-day consumption, it doesn't come. That means that's the wrong way of showing it. So then where that you want the high volume in the fuel, those days the Nescafe was not there. So when there is a fuel that comes to that will give elephant house because it has more fun. So that means the penetration doesn't have like if there is a fuel only that part, so that means sales is not increasing as such compared to production because it's not a day-to-day consumption. So what the double brand manager did was to call the products, give different brands. So this one is green soda, this is next, so this is orange. So likewise, reposition it. The nectar for children, green soda for young generation. So likewise, different sub brands they created, and then they offer for different markets. It worked well. So now that fuel concept, with the time it's wiped off because that is how our mind works. If something continuously happens, we remember, but if it's silent, we forget. So therefore, it's automatically the original, the interpretation by fault. And that's why, like sometimes even the father of the politician is a very like corrupted one, but even we vote for the son because we forget. So that's because people like sometimes they go down and then after some time they come back again. So once they go down and be silent, we forget them. So it's a kind of a psychological thing. The marketeers are nicely using. And another very positioning example. Nestamol. So the Nestamol, originally it was a very old brand and it was positioned as the like when you want to visit a patient, you used to buy a Nestamol, isn't it? So that was the instance. So we highly connected Nestamol with the sick person from our mind. Okay. So if we are sick, either our family member is sick or we are visiting the sick person, then only we opt for Nestamol. Otherwise, not. Then again the volume is low because people won't go for Nestamol unless otherwise you are sick or else you are visiting a patient. Again they change it, but they reverse no. Whoever wants to start the day with the energy, Nestamol. Understand? Everyone who wants energy, it's not only the patients, but everyone needs energy, the ones who those who are in a busy life. So then it's reposition. Even like the what else? That's being reposition. All the molecules reposition. Like the even what is the other one? Folics. Again earlier for patient. If you are sick, you have a folics, otherwise you won't get folics. So now it's changed, that slightly changed the production formula also because they put the chocolate in. Okay. Saying that this is for children. So that's since it's targeted children, the Horlicks flavor doesn't match with it because in Sri Lanka, most of the people like the chocolate flavor. So that's why they put the chocolate flavor and they say that this is the Horlicks, but the different use has been highlighted. Even Viva. So Viva also again for sick people. The original it was for sick people. Then after that they changed it they know that the Viva flavor you can't drink on its own. So that's why I say that you have to mix it up with the tea. So, so likewise, that is the if the brand manager feel like the way that the people interpret the brand, if it is wrong and if you are not happy with, so you can rewrite it in the minds of the customer. That rewriting is the one that we call as reposition. Take down examples. That is not easy because you have to forget the earlier position and you have to rewrite it. It will need a lot of promotion. Brand repositioning. If the current positioning approach, if the current positioning approach, it in bracket, write down the way the customer define the brand. The way the customer define the brand. Current positioning approach, the way the customer define the brand. The positioning approach is not favorable. Is not favorable, close bracket, is not favorable in terms of bringing the sales. Companies initiate strategies to relaunch. It means reposition by giving a novel definition. By giving a novel definition to the minds of the customer. the minds of the customer. Either with or without, either with or without modifying the product. Example, Elephant House drinks repositioned as Elephant House in soda, Elephant House nectar, yeah, Orange Crush, EGB, etc. Nestamol, Olive, Viva. So those ones also you don't need to go like link to the thing. Just write down the brands, then you will remember that this is what it's different. So this reportability is like not that easy for a company, and even this is even for individuals, this is what happens. Like the repositioning, even that happens for individuals also. Oh. So that's why you have to be like it will take long time to forget the previous position. A simple example, like if you are a liar to your family or to your friends, it will be really hard to like let your friends or family members to forget it. So you have to do so much of things to say that you are not a liar. Understand? So likewise, you have to first thing you have to maintain the phase, because whatever you are doing, you are going in this phase. And also your name, you can't change both because you are inbuilt the phase and also you are registered with the name. Okay. So say that if you are quitting from one company, so no matter wherever you go, then the people say that this person was behaving like this in the X company. That quickly go. So that is what is called positioning. So that's what like the celebrities, politicians, sportsmen. So they are very, very concerned on that, because if something went wrong with a particular person's brand, so then the people forget all the good things. The bad thing is not that people will forget that. It will take some time to let it forget. But one day it will forget. That's how our brain works. Especially Srilanka is very fast when you forget. Maximum 2 weeks, 1 month. Okay, so then after that, another one comes, then we forget the other one. So that's why like the media is playing a huge role for repositioning. Because so much the repetition is happening, then we remember that one. But if it's silent, then we forget. Then another way that we can do it. So it's a personal lesson for you also. You have to be very careful about the brand that you are carrying, because it's not only your name, that's the company brand. You are an employee for a particular company, so that you have to dignity. You have to maintain your dignity. Otherwise, like if you are doing something wrong, so everywhere you go with that. Because as I said earlier, like people, they take always the negative side, not the positive side. The brand is also the same. We also having personal brand, so then you have the same thing, because it's very hard to reposition personal brand. So with that one, we finished the branding, I think. Yeah, it's a good point for us to stop for today, because now we are going to the package. So we'll leave the packaging for the next.